Hey guys, now this video is kinda out of the blue here. I recently finished reading Homestuck, and it was amazing. Like, Undertale pales in comparison, that's how good it was. And I finished it, and then I didn't know what to do. Like, I ran out of stuff to do. But then, I see there's this thing called Hiveswap, and I'm all like, huh, how can I connect this to Homestuck? Or better yet, can it live up to Homestuck? So we're gonna look through some trailers and theorize a little bit. So here's your spoiler warning, and have fun with that. Alright, so this is a newer trailer, so this game has obviously undergone some stylistic changes. Like, this one's the new one, this one's the older one. So, game has stylistically changed. But this is an older trailer, but perhaps we can still hunt for Easter eggs. Alright, I don't know why, but this is reminding me of Wizard 101, and I really don't like it. Now that thing. What the heck is that thing? I have thought about this a lot, and it might be an imp from Spurb, or it might be a Lucis of some sort. Or maybe these are new creatures that we know literally nothing about. And even more so, Hiveswap is supposed to take place apparently before Homestuck? I don't understand. But man, we are gonna piece things together anyway. Now then, there was some writing on that piano just now. Pet vet, the doctor is out. What could this mean? Hold on. Let's go through here again, shall we? Who knows? Oh, there's a terrifying secret, and this kinda sounds like Lord English music. Ooh, is that the thing that's... Oh, never mind. I was about to relate this to Undertale, start a whole different theory. That would have just been horrible. Some of you may probably know what I was alluding to when I saw that cloth with a machine under it. Nah, but Homestuck and Undertale, nah, they can't be related. Or can they? No, probably not. Prob's not. So, I looked up some things about Homestuck. I mean, Hiveswap. Looked in their, thing. What's it called? The website. And, so now there's a gameplay preview. Alright.
We are making Hiveswap.
Now, is troll language a language? Hold on. Freak. Let's see. What the heck? I don't get it. Oh, it's this bullshit. Right.
A point-click adventure game based on a Homestuck webcomic.
Wait, this gonna be an iOS? Holy shit, hold on a minute. Let me check my app store to see if this exists. App store? Where are you? I need you right now. Come on. Hiveswap? Damn it, it's not there. Man. Well, that sucks.
So the basic premise of the game, there are multiple playable characters. You start as Joey Claire, sort of this plucky 90s girl. Her dorky, conspiracy-obsessed brother Jude, and then Zephyros, a troll from the planet Alternia, where she'll get whisked off to. So it starts, you're in Joey's house in like years 1994, and there's some like spooky goings on and some strange monsters like invading the house. And then Joey gets
Ooh, 1994. That's a certain date. 1994. Now, Homestuck does have years in it, and I believe that some of the parents and adults in Homestuck were born around the 90s. Like, I think Dirk's bro was born around the 90s or 80s. So maybe he'll make an Easter egg cameo in this? Because this takes place in the universe where Homestuck starts, is what I've gathered here. And, yeah. Maybe let's get some help from other theorists.
It's here. I mean, it's not here, but it's fucking here. Hiveswap just had a video dropped 18 hours ago from this recording.
Actually, I should probably watch the other trailer first. So, see, the graphics have changed. But see, this is the part I was interested in because... Hold up a minute. This is the part I was interested in because... That right there. That is either John or Jake in adult form. And that is either John, Jake, or this kid, but probably John or Jake as well. Now here's where it gets interesting, because this is clearly Roxy, as you can notice. These two are probably our main characters, because they are not familiar. This is probably Jane and Jake, I believe, is how it goes. And this might be John and Rose, he asked quizzingly. I think. Cause see, I don't think that's Rose's hair color, so it kinda looks like Rose though. And that appears to be either John or maybe this new Joey character with a dog. And this is clearly the Joey character because he's a, conspiracist. We can see him holding an alien toy. That one's holding a, this one's holding an alien toy. That one happens to be, holding a spaceship. And you can tell this is the new character because they have the same hairstyle, same face. Like, lots of obvious similarities can be made. And then if we move forward a little more, I believe this portrait, and this portrait, I believe these are the same woman. And this is where it begins to get confusing in a tangent. And I think now that I think about it intensely that this is probably Jake and Jane, because John I don't think has been born yet in this reality. I believe. I think this is our main character with the dog. But that's where some questions are drawn about this, because this clearly looks like Jake and Jane, but that's not, like, I don't know. It's confusing. But then there's this. It says, to Jake, my biggest fan, from A. Claire. And this is clearly some person with first name beginning with A, last name Claire, which is also the name of our two new main characters here. So, I don't know. I don't know who this A. Claire character is. I don't think there's ever been an anyone Claire in Homestuck. So this is a new character. These are new characters. But they can be related to Jake, who I believe this is. But in fact, this is now drawing a new theory. What if this is John's father? No, wait, no. John's father is about the same age as Roxy, so I'm gonna have to go on a nope with that one. So I really cannot think of who that might be in the future, or maybe in Homestuck. That doesn't seem to be a character. And maybe it doesn't have to be. But who knows? Now, things we can assess about this room. I'm pretty sure Jade had these star things in her room as well. And this is a 90s looking computer. 80s, 90s looking. And there's some ballet shoes here. And in the other trailer, or in this trailer, I think, this character did some ballet or something. So this character obviously has some sort of a hobby in dancing. And this item, I'm not sure what it is, but this item, interestingly enough, is a wizard snow globe. And that says some things, because this might mean that this character is somehow related to Roxy or Rose in a way, because they also like wizards, so maybe there's a connection there. And let's think here. There's these pictures of wildlife, so this girl is clearly a wildlife fanatic. She likes animals, and there's what appears to be some sort of a Smuppet here. A more developed version of a Smuppet, maybe, but what I believe to be a Smuppet nonetheless. And now looking closer, there might be a wrench right here. And this, like, a machine of some sort. It looks like a microwave. And I think these are film thingies from like the 90s, 80s times. And these are clearly crayons and coloring books. That seems like about it for this room. Like, we can look at some of the scenery outside. There clearly appears to be foliage. It seems to be a, countryside looking area. Alright, now observing some new things about the rest of this room. There clearly appears to be some more toys. More wildlife toys, because apparently this character really likes that. And this character appears to have a big room, so this character clearly lives in a house. Alright, now the rest of this room, we can observe more pictures, more posters, and we can observe that, well, this is a peculiarly Oh, holy shit, that's an NES. Ooh, a Nintendo Entertainment System. Those were so cool back then. And there's a Tetris poster and an Earthbound poster. Dude, Homestuck totally named that. I mean, name dropped that. It says Mother too, but it's obviously Earthbound. And then there's Bubsy, which I believe was some sort of thing. And Tiny Toons, which, get your facts straight, was a 2009 thing, you dumbasses. Just saying. There's a Connect 4, which is also a 2009 thing. There's a Super Metroid up here. And this, I'm not sure what this is. I can't quite bring myself to be able to read what it says either. There's this over here with... Is that Dirk? Or Dave? No, that can't be. And, ooh, we see over here this Seer of Light thing. The Seer of Light symbol. That's interesting. And there's all these NES games all here. But we still haven't gotten to the important part here. Well, we haven't addressed the rest of the posters yet. Are You Afraid of the Dark and The Never-Ending Story? Which I can only assume are movies I've never heard of. As well as Dirty Something. The movies are not important. I'm gathering things about the characters here. And there's these, which are Hippo Chompers. These are all 2009 things now that I think about it. And also there's a treehouse in the background, which I believe is later revealed to be the conspiracy theorist brother is where he is. And there are these pictures here, which we should look a bit more closely at. Now, looking closely at these pictures, I can't gather any characters that we might know, but this might be her mother and her son, or her mother and her. And this might just be her. It's very difficult to tell with how small the pictures are, like even in full screen mode. And, well, we can't see much else to this room other than this clearly some sort of a Smuppet, obviously. And the game will probably say as much when it comes out. There's a lamp, there's a cabinet, and there's a box perhaps over there, a closet, maybe just a door. Alright, so here are these weird things again that in no way can be from Homestuck. And this is some sort of a fountain here. It's got a skull on it. Got some Tavros looking horns on it. Got a pile of leaves perfectly raked with a rake by it. And there's a dog house right there. And they have a dog. And here is Conspiracy Theorist Kid. The person who is another one of our main characters. And let's look closely at all the posters here. It's a poster of something. This is clearly he's been theorizing about something with this. And this says Haze, which I don't know what that is. And here you can see he has been marking something down. He's been taking down more conspiracy notes. And here there is some sort of a machine that I don't know what the purpose of it is. And there's some geodes over here. Is that what they're called? And he apparently has birds that he captures. So maybe it's like the thing that Dave does where he likes collecting dead things? I don't know. So he clearly got tired and... Oh wait, he has a supply of food up here. So clearly this combined with this, he spends a lot of time in this area. And you can see a map in the background behind him of the United States. And a bunch of books and scrolls in those cylinder blocks. Wait, what did he just do? Hold on. Let's go back a bit and see what he just did. He just did something. He just took something out of his pocket. What is that crayon? What did he just take out of his pocket? Well, that's a new mystery. We just found out he took something out of his pocket. And now we have a new room over here that has some pipes, the strange lamp. There's a teddy bear right here, some teacups, some whatever those are, and a lion that seems really cross-eyed right now, and possibly horns of something or mammoth tusks. And over here we have some toys, a few books, and well, nothing much else of substance. I'm not sure what else could be here. This girl is clearly exploring with her flashlight, trying to do something. And here there is a clock. And clocks are an important thing in Homestuck. They're usually related to Lord English himself and the white text guy. And also you can see here scribbled as gross. I couldn't agree more. Anyway, so this vase is broken. I don't know much about it. It's just a vase with a candle by it, a melted looking candle. And the vase is not broken now that I think about it. There's another candle here, and this is a bear clock, and the bear has wings. And I feel like Dave Sprite might be hiding there because Dave Sprite had orange wings just like this one. But that's a really far-fetched one. And there's also a moose tusks right there. And now that I'm thinking about it, this looks like the type of room that adult Jake would have in his house. And considering he's one of those characters that has showed up in all of the pictures, I think we can conclusively say that adult Jake, Jade's grandpa, I think we can say that he lives here. He has some influence on this place that is unknown to us. Now, there's still not much to be known about these creatures, but we can see that they have green in them. Maybe that's a sign that they have something to do with Lord English or white text guy. Something like that. Now then, here is the dog. This is their dog. And we can take a quick moment to analyze their shirts and their clothing. Now, this girl is clearly dressed in the 90s thing that they wore on their feet. I don't know what that's called. And she's wearing a skirt, and she has this sign. It looks like an Undertale save point, but I'm not sure what it could be. Now, I would guess they're aspects, but I don't think they're playing Spur, so I don't think they even have aspects in any sort of way. So, there's no reason to guess that kind of thing. And this kid, he does look like he might be related to Jake. He kinda looks like him. He even kinda dresses like that type of person. I mean, who else would wear those pants? Actually, now that I think about it, they both look like they're from the same time period, which is supposedly the 90s or 80s. I think it's more like late 80s, maybe? Early 90s? Now, hold on a moment. Let's rewind here. Now, let's analyze this room before we analyze the fight. This fight, by the way, taking place using a flashlight. Now, there's a narwhal. There's other statues that point to this being, the room that is owned by Jade's grandpa, Grandpa Jake, And then there's this, which Hold on. That is a denizen. And I don't remember which character's denizen that was. I think that was John's denizen. And, yeah, I think that was also in Jade's house, or maybe it wasn't, but, you know, that is John's denizen right there. And, yeah. So, let's just cover you up for a moment. You aren't completely important right now. Now, this thing, it looks really weird. It looks like a centipede. But it kind of reminds me of the salamanders, so maybe that's an important detail. And I'm trying to look right now for if there are important things here that might mean something. Now, Jade's grandpa liked pictures of women that were very old pictures. So, you know, this only points more to it being Jake somehow involved in the story. And there's a chest back here. There's some weird thing back here. And I can't really decipher anything that would be valuable. Oh, wait. There are hats over here that look like the type Jade's grandpa wore. And this over here appears to be a trident or something that I believe would belong to the Crocker family legacy or whatever. It's kind of something you can relate with Crocker Corp, the Batter Witch, Mina, the Condescents, that kind of thing. It relates together. Wait, where was it? It's right here. Except this is not gold. It's clearly just a devil's trident, but it might be relevant. And there's a knight right here. Who knows what'll happen there. And let's just slow this down real quick to see the full extent of what this is. Alright, so she strikes this thing with the flashlight, and then does some ballet moves, which I remembered happening. And now we have a new room which we should observe. Now this area has nothing in it, so that's where I'm going to lay my camera. And let's look here. This is some weird alien creature that I cannot... Alright, this is a weird area. This is some weird alien creature right here that I cannot for the life of me think of what it might be. This is Pringles, and Pringles, I don't know why those are here, but it might have some relevance. And this is a chest full of what I can only assume to be gold. And there's this portrait of a horse. And perhaps what might be aliens? Maybe this is another conspiracy thing by that Joey character we know about so far. And then there's this statue that I really don't think means anything right now. Doesn't seem important. And this is Joey's room, which he probably doesn't use that often since clearly he's in the treehouse a lot. And this is a helmet, possibly also possession of Joey. There's more things hanging on the wall. There's a penguin, and that room has a hat in it. So there's a hat, there's a helmet, and there's two snake things on each side of the door. Now I think we've squeezed everything out of this room. Now let's see what else there is. Oh shoot, I forgot I did it in slow motion. Now, this is something to be observed. Now at first, oh, why do I keep putting my thing there? Now at first when I observed this, I was all like, holy shit, it's Carcat. Because holy shit, that looks like Carcat. So very much it looks like him. And I looked at it a little more and realized that was not him. That's not his symbol. That is not his horns. Heck, that's not even his house. And he looks like Carcat though. But you'll notice none of the trolls here have any signature horns or any signature symbols on them. Like, those literally don't exist here. And these look like robots of some sort. I don't know much about what troll culture was like in this story, but here this looks like something that the Condescents would have, and holy shit, wait. That thing's holding something. Look real close there. It's holding a troll. Who is that troll? That troll might be important. There's a troll in this ad, and there's a troll in this ad that looks like Mina, but this is probably just someone of that high blood type in the blood caste system. And, you know, this troll here, still not completely sure who it is. It looks kinda like there's green there. So maybe it's, I don't know, but those horns don't look like any troll's horns. And here's this thing, which I just realized is from, like, the concept art pictures. Like, see right here, it's a transporter of some sort? Something like that. And there's a box here. It has things in it. It's a bus stop, which is apparently what those look like. And there's a something through this door for some reason. Wait. Something just went through. Slow that down. Is that the Alright, so I don't think there was anything we could conclude about this box. There's clearly some sort of a garment hanging out of it. Maybe some wires right there. And this is clearly what a road is like in Alternia. We don't see too much of Alternia really in Homestuck. And oh yeah, I was looking at what this thing is. And I think this might be the main character. So what else is there? So wait. Actually, I just realized, is this house familiar? No. Not at all whatsoever. But the doghouse is right there, which means this is a different angle of something we saw before, previously and prior. And there's chalk drawings here. So antenna here. This is clearly the home of someone who is very rich and wealthy. And there's something over here that appears to be a bird or something. It's a horse statue there. But yeah, this is a different angle of something we saw previously. Hold up. Yes, this is a different angle here. We can tell because of the doghouse. So that doghouse is right there, but it's also there. So how are we looking at this differently? That's confusing. Hold on. Maybe there's more than one doghouse for some... Oh wait, no. There's this bush here. So it's clearly a continuation of this bush? Or maybe you're looking like from that way to what's in front of the house. So like that's what's in front of the house? Oh, so this is the backyard then. We're looking at like the back of the house is what we're looking at. So alright, so that's the clear layout of the land. And that seems to be about it. Let's maybe see what this guy has to say about it.
I mean, it's not here, but it's fucking here. Hiveswap just had a video dropped 18 hours ago from this recording. And oh my god, it's gorgeous. It's all I could ever wanted. It's fucking beautiful. And this is going to be a breakdown of that video. So buckle up and ready for me to point out references no one cared about. To start off, one of the very first things we see in the video are two of these green and black monsters outside of a brick. house, and a couple of references to Homestuck itself. To the far left, you can see a statue of a horse, which is pretty obviously a reference to Equius and his horse fetish? Yeah, let's call it a horse fetish. A statue closer to the house is most likely Exros's Lucis, as was previously shown in a teaser image. And on the side of the house, you can see some very colorful chalk drawings, which are probably a reference to Terezi.
I knew it. I'm just saying, I knew it.
Now, we don't really have any evidence to show that these trolls from the original comic are even in Hiveswap. The only characters we've seen that are from Homestuck so far are Roxy and Jake. The next scene is of a staircase with a whole bunch of pictures on the wall, some of which we've already seen before in the form of teaser images. Now, one of the notable things is that a picture in a blue frame towards the bottom left has Roxy in it, which is quite interesting because Roxy seems to still be quite young, though Jake, at this point in time in which the picture would have to be taken, would have been much older. So this raises some questions of exactly when this game takes place and if this Jake is the same Jake we see at the end of the game, or possibly the same Jake as we see towards the beginning of Homestuck. We also see towards the right a picture of a woman that says, "To Jake, my biggest fan, A. Claire." I have no idea who this is. No one has any idea who it is, but apparently Jake banged her and gave birth to 2 kids named Joey and Judd. Yeah, let's go with Judd. The next scene is a little bit of gameplay, which we get to see a full view of Joey's room. The only thing that
Just to clarify, that means I accidentally mixed up the characters. That's the girl's name is Joey. Oops.
I can point out that I got excited about is that the plushie at the very top right is a snork. As Joey walks into the next room, we can see some more things in her room, including a old game system along with an old TV, some more pictures of this mysterious Claire lady sitting on her desk, and a bunch of posters on her wall. And we also get to see how the point and click will kind of work, as you see as they hover over the window with the cursor, a little text box at the bottom shows up saying window, and when clicked it gives you an option to either look or look outside. We then see another shot of the outside in the treehouse in which holds Judd. Yeah, he seems to spend a lot of time in this treehouse of his. He also has apparently imprisoned pigeons. There also appears to be some sort of thing on the wall to the right.
Damn it.
There also appears to be some sort of thing on the wall to the right. Now, it's kind of hard to see and there's no saying what it really could be or if it means anything, but it just kind of caught my eye and I thought it was worth pointing out. We then see Joey looking down the hallway with a flashlight. Now, there's some interesting things to note about this scene. On the door, you can see various paws and scratch marks, like the dog has been scratching at the door, and there's things written on the wall and toys left everywhere. It almost seems as if Joey has been living here alone, since it doesn't seem like anyone has cared to clean anything up. After this, we can see a scene that looks like it takes place in the basement of Joey fighting one of these.
Seems like this could be possible. Now that I think about it, makes tons of sense. Maybe
Monsters. Now this would be what our combat looks like, but it's hard to pull a lot from this, being that it's just one attack animation. Also in the background you can see a couple interesting things. The backgrounds are all very colorful, it's such nice eye candy. But one of the things I noticed is the severed head of Typheus in the background. We know that in Homestuck, Jake had a dead
Wait,
Typheus that he had put into his house, but this one is simply the head of it. And behind it, it looks like there's a giant Smuppet.
wait, that's a giant Smuppet?
But, you know, there's also... And finally, after the title card, we get to see a picture of Alternia. We see the...
Oh, come on, this is getting ridiculous. I'm trying to conspire with fellow theorists
Imperial
here.
drones scooping up trolls and carrying them away as Xverse watches.
So, his name's Xpers? Wait, there's a
We
troll
also
right
can
there.
see towards the right the red and green beam that we've seen in various promotional art. And towards the last few seconds, you can see Joey coming through it. Now,
Oh, come the fuck on.
there's still some speculation on what this could be.
This is getting ridiculous.
All we know so far is that it has the design of the cherubs on it, and it's what transports Joey to Alternia and Demik to Earth. It's probably going to be some sort of strong plot element. We don't have enough
Oh my god, I just realized that that's the chair of blood colors. I should have known that.
knowledge to make any major assumptions about what it is and where it came from. And that's all for today's video.
Alright, well, maybe we can gather shit from the website, shall we? Where's Hiveswap? Hiveswap website. Come on now. We need to use the website to figure things out, because, yeah, so, this image is not in the trailer. This image is new. This image is new. And this image is a closer look at the images we had before. These images seem interesting. So does this one. That one. And now we need to figure shit out. Alright, so there's castles in the background and what appears to be 5 people talking. One of them possibly wearing a godhood. One of them possibly being a cherub. And one of them... Alright, this is possibly an heir of something. An heir of breath, an heir of whatever. Like this one right here with the hood. This one looks like he's a knight of something. And this one, I'm not sure. This might be a chess guy for all I know. This looks like a cherub, and this looks like another chess guy. But it's hard to tell. And there's this view into a kingdom, which reminds me of the chess kingdom, which might lead to something in that category. And now we get a look at... Oh wait, yeah. Now we get a look at this drawer, which has different colored marbles, including cat's eye, and this, which is just random objects. This has Sharpies and pencil sharpeners, a pocket knife, a bottle cap, some cards, a screw, what's it called? I can't remember. Screwdriver, a magnifying glass, batteries. So this is obviously the conspiracy theorists thing. And we can see more things that have been marked. He clearly spends way too much time here in this place. And this is obviously Joey, and this one's Joey, so we know that now. And this one's Roxy. And this is the conspiracy kid who does not have a name. Now that I know that. And it's awesome that Roxy appears here because that clearly means this is somehow connected to Homestuck, which is perfect. Also, I don't know what that other person meant about the age difference because in the Alpha universe, Jake and Roxy have many years apart. Like, clearly, like, Jake and Jane are the ones who were born around the same time, which was way before, Roxy and Dirk? Yeah, Roxy and Dirk. And the dad is a completely unknown element because there's literally nothing about him. And this I don't know much about, and there's really no details to gather from this. And this kid just seems traumatized. And then we see more of Alternia. And Alternia has pizza. Very disgusting, but albeit pizza. Albeit pizza. They have some weird ass clock. They have what looks to be soda with a troll picture on it. And, yeah, this picture's just really weird. This guy looks like the cool type. He's like a Sullix type, a Dave type, maybe even a Dirk type of person. Nah, he's too happy to be a Dirk. And he's clearly got the Tavros blood color going on. Like, wait a second, I just realized something. What's Carcat's shirt color? Carcat, his shirt is the color of gray. So, yeah. He might be a mutant red blood, or he might not be. And this guy might be a brown blood. Which would explain the moose ears, because brown bloods have the ability to control animals. For some weird reason that I have no clue about. Hold on. So maybe this guy is a red blood. I'm not sure what he is, but this guy is obviously a brown blood. These may have ancestors, perhaps? Don't know though. Maybe this is Aridin. It kind of looks like him. And see, we can kind of see he's like Sullix. He's wearing headphones. Cool looking headphones. And there's a picture of him in the background for some reason. And this is some weird DJ thing that has these things which look like Sullix's horns. So he's kind of like a Tavros blood, but with the Sullix personality. And Dave's glasses, kind of. And this guy, he's doing, I think, karaoke. And, see, he kind of has the Carcat face. He, I don't know, but, like, he looks so much like Carcat. It's not something we can drop. And this is clearly an Empress. We can see the tridents here and here. We can see this. And I don't know who this is. I can't even see the horns well enough to decide who that might be. That maybe is an ancestor to... I think this might be a Pisces ancestor, because these are the Pisces horns drawn onto here. And yeah, I think this is a conspiracy thing by the Conspiracy Kid, and yeah, it's really weird. And there's this thing, which I don't know anything about either. And yeah, that's all I can gather about Hiveswap. That should be about it. I just somehow managed to spend 50 minutes going on about that, but who cares now? Bye guys.